Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a good Valentine's Day. So today we're going to be playing Overwatch's new Loverwatch, Love Never Dies. So the plan is to do a video for each of the routes. There's Mercy, Genji, and I believe there's also a secret ending for Hanzo. Okay, so the official but non-canon Overwatch 2 dating sim. We know, we can't believe it either. Are you ready to play this thing? Definitely. Come on, let's play. So name, Vera. Your name is Vera. Continue? Yes, that is correct. It's Friday night in the big city. You could use a laugh after the week you've had. I apologize for any background noise. My cat is playing with the ball. But you could use a laugh after the week you've had. The Laugh Attic is one of the most tragically unfunny comedy clubs in town, but you love watching people bomb an open mic. Sometimes that people is you. It's particularly dark tonight, so dark it'll make for quite the dramatic reveal when your eyes adjust and you see who is sitting at the table in the corner. Eyes adjusting. Adjusting some more. Adjusting. Oh my. Oh my. Is that who you think it is? It's Mercy, Genji, or why are there only two options? What if I wanted to see, just as a thoroughly random example, Reinhardt? Oh, so that changes every time. Okay. Whoa, pace yourself there. You haven't even had your first date yet. Two options are plenty for now, and maybe we'll add more dating sim opportunities in the future. We're not saying this is some kind of test version of a potentially more robust dating adventure, but we're also not saying that, if you get what we mean. Now, who do you see in the corner? We're gonna go Mercy. It's Mercy! Genius doctor, genius scientist, genius inventor. No matter how many times you blinked, she's still there, and you're completely starstruck, lovestruck, or painstruck. We're gonna go lovestruck. It is Valentine's Day after all. You didn't know you had a thing for perfect, brilliant, kind, and beloved philanthropists before. I butchered that word. Okay. Well, obviously you do. But your dating track record implies otherwise. Zap. Oh, who's this? Hark, do I hear the sound of a heart beating fast and smell the sweat on your palms? I am Cupid, the hero of love in all its varieties. It is my sworn duty to answer the cries of all who desire to love, and guide them to fulfillment. You look around, wondering if anyone else can see this, or are you hallucinating? Do not worry, you are the only one who sees me. I do not interfere in the mortal realm. Consider me the angel on your shoulder, who will point you in the right direction. Okay, so we are just hallucinating. Okay, that's a definite maybe on the hallucination thing, but maybe this hallucination can help you. Now tell me, are you in love? Hold up, you're not Cupid, you're Hanzo Shimada. From the free-to-play game Overwatch 2, you know? Haven't you heard of it? Which I have, of course, played because I just recognized you, so that means I obviously played it. I get that a lot, yeah, I'm sure you must. But no matter how similar I am to the character in Overwatch, rest assured, I am Cupid, champion of love. However, it is entirely possible that Hanzo Shimada will have a skin based on me in the shop. Oh, okay. What a coincidence. Indeed. Now tell me, are you feeling the signs of love? No, that's just my baseline anxiety. I always feel this way. Anxiety and affection can sometimes feel similar, but fear not. I am here to guide you through all of love's intricacies. So, do you wish to win the heart of Mercy? Wait, there was another option? There was, not anymore. Okay, that was weirdly ominous. Mysterious. Okay. I will not ask again. So do you wish to win the heart of Mercy? Yes, I want to win the heart of Mercy. He arches an eyebrow. To win her heart, you must arm yourself with the power of knowledge. How much do you really know about Mercy? Wait, is he actually setting up a trivia quiz here? I am waiting. Alright, I'm ready. Go ahead, test my Mercy knowledge. Confidence. I hope it's well placed. Roughly. It'll be roughly well placed. What is her real name? It's Angela Ziegler. Incorrect. It's Dr. Angela Ziegler. Okay, Cupid Hanzo Shimada. Stop that. What is her favorite food? The tears of careless DPS heroes. That's quite dark. I like that. She will not do better. What is Dr. Ziegler's field of research? This is rigged. There are no right answers to here. I know she's a pioneer in biotic technology, which is a field in applied nanobiology, and that she got her MD and PhD in Switzerland at a ridiculously young age. She also became head of surgery at a prominent Swiss hospital. Again, at a ridiculously young age. If you're so knowledgeable, eliminate me then. What would impress such a highly accomplished woman? I'm a pretty nice person, but I'll tell her how many hours I clocked on Overwatch 2. That whopping 20 hours. Impressive. Say it loud and proud with this. He hands you a mic. The mic they use for open mic night at the Laugh Attic. Okay, so we're gonna be very vocal about this. Click. The spotlight illuminates you, and Mercy turns her head. She's looking at you. Gulp. Guess how many hours I clocked on Overwatch 2? The crowd clears their throats. Chairs squeak. Whispers, I don't think people got the good joke. It wasn't really a joke. I know, but this is a comedy club, where hopeful fools tell jokes, and she's waiting. Okay, here goes nothing. Mercy, do you want to hear my favorite joke about the periodic table, or why doesn't the surgeon like operating on elbows? We'll go this one. Why doesn't the surgeon like operating on elbows? You pause for dramatic effect. She swore to do no arms. ... The audience's silence goes beyond mere description. It is a living being, vast, timeless, hateful. It bears down on you with deadly intent. Then, Mercy laughs, a full-on chain-snorting laugh. The exhilaration hits you like a damage-amplifying beam. A well-timed resurrect. She should probably get her sinuses checked, though. You sit down at a nearby table, glowing. Out of the corner of your eye, Mercy stands and heads over to you. Ba-bump? Hello. Please don't talk to me or I'll explode. I'm too nervous, I can't handle it. Mercy cocks her head, confused. You know, from nervousness? Not actually explode, it was a joke. Guess that one didn't land. You can't die from a panic attack, although it can lead to cardiovascular disease. Good to know. The heart is a complex organ. Tell me about it. I would, but this is turning into a medical consultation. You're smart and funny? OP. Mobility and overpowered are not the same thing. Writer's note. Mercy was not meta at the time of writing this. Please be merciful if she is by the time this sim releases. That was supposed to be a compliment. I know. I am just tired of being admired. Tired of love uninspired. Was that a reference? I feel like it might have been a reference. Yes, I'm surprised this made it past revisions. I'm surprised this dating sim even exists. Okay, so this game is very Very breaking the fourth wall. Indeed, that too. Speaking of dating sims, we should probably proceed to the next date. I was thinking something fun, like dinner at a fancy restaurant. I'd love to join you. Mercy smiles. You could die happy right now, and she would just resurrect you back. Fantastic. I will meet you at Cafe Azora at Circuit Royal. And she walks. No, floats away. You can't believe it. You're going to have dinner with Mercy tomorrow at Circuit Royal? That's not in Midtown. If you want to make it in time for dinner tomorrow, you better queue up now. How do you think things went? You did quite well. You anticipated her feelings and interest. You are off to a fine start. Why, thank you, Cupid. The first date is finished, but the journey ahead is long and fraught with peril. We will endure the trials together. I fully believe in us, Cupid. I have a great mentor. Luckily, the hopeful future of Overwatch has a very reasonably priced transatlantic train. You arrive in Monaco in a few short hours. Supercars zip by in the distance. The aroma of high-end dining wafts from nearby tables. The menu is in front of you, and you're cursing yourself for skipping French class all those years ago. It's exactly 3 minutes and 2 seconds past the time of your dinner date, and Mercy is still nowhere to be found. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe there's an international crisis somewhere and she had to go. Maybe she blew us off. Maybe she's just running fashionably late. It could be that too. It could just be, normal thing. 3 minutes and 57 seconds. 4 minutes and 19 seconds. She must hate you. We said everything wrong. Are you gonna eat the breadsticks or just let them sit there? I am so sorry. She's flustered, having rushed over here. I was working on a new dissertation, and I wasn't keeping track of the time. I got here as fast as I could. Do forgive me. Only if I get a special thanks in your dissertation. No, it happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. Well handled. Really? Shouldn't I be honest and tell her I almost had a meltdown? Consider saving that for the dessert course. Mercy smiles and sits down. Have you ordered yet? This place does a fabulous... Oh no. Bagnettes de fleurs de courgettes. Okay, thank you, Cupid. Fried zucchini flowers. You take a deep breath, nod, and look back at the menu. Let's see. Order the most expensive thing. Order the Bircher Muselli. The chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets, always a safe option. Or fidget with the menu. I'm going to go the Bircher Muselli. It seems a nice, not too fancy, but somewhere in the middle. Because having breakfast for dinner is one of the finer pleasures in life. And this was Mercy's recipe in the Overwatch cookbook. Oh, okay, I didn't know that one. She seemed to like that though. Do you like Bircher Muselli as well? Because I also love it. It's the best breakfast. Yes, it is, although we are having dinner. I don't let society's expectations dictate my preferences. Me either. Ah, looks lovely. The bowl of muesli arrives, clusters of bright, happy berries, and a trail of green and brown nuts and seeds on a bed of white mush. Silence falls as you two eat, that awkward bit during dinner dates where you can't decide if you should converse or eat, or talk while eating and risk spraying your date with freshly chewed food. Because that's always a fun thing we want. Cupid groans. Are you truly such an amateur? Start a conversation. What do I talk about? Something about her. Okay, so your dissertation sounds interesting. What kind of hobbies do you enjoy? Or what have you been up to since Overwatch fell apart? So we were told to wait until dessert for the dissertation, so we're gonna be, what have you been up to? Nothing. Nothing? Nothing of note. Do you miss it? The missions? The adventure? I'd rather not talk about it if you don't mind. Okay, she doesn't seem to have liked that. Well done. I would change the subject to something more positive. Oh, that was somewhat of reminder that it all fell apart. Okay, so we don't say what does a hero feel like. What kind of hobbies do you enjoy? How about that? There's nothing dark about that. I like volunteering at clinics around the world and collecting crystals. Non-canonically, of course. Like, non-canonical healing crystals? My favorite is the rose quartz. It represents love, healing, and compassion. It represents love, healing, and compassion, right? Right! You high-five Cupid. Mercy looks at you, concerned. You forgot that only you can see him. Oh, yeah. We probably look insane, but, you know. We're just high-fiving our spirit self. My godly knowledge and love does not cover how to recover from such a tomfoolery. So helpful. Just stretching the old Latinus mus dorsi. Anyways, your desertion sounds interesting. Tell me more. Good, change the subject. Do you understand the nuances of medical imaging and machine learning? Of course, I read scientific journals for fun in my spare time. You do? You do? Yeah, I definitely do. I might not, but she seems to like that, so... Wonderful, I've been working on optimizing the resolution for imaging deep in tissues to a sub-subcellular level in real time. Reaching this level requires better contrast, improved electron microscopy, better samples, and better convex optimization algorithms for evaluating complex loss functions to digest a massive amount of visual information. We're still not close to completing a universal molecular atlas because of the massive amount of computing power we need to calculate angular orientation of cellular protein complexes. I am now using a lot of big words that are frankly extremely scary, and wow, you are realizing now that I'm one of those once-in-a-lifetime geniuses, and I bet you're hoping that Cupid says something to bail you out of here. I would change the subject to something you can easily understand. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have to say, what does being a hero feel like? You know, no one believes me when I say that it's not as great as people think. The world saw me as Mercy, a guardian angel, noble and perfect. But I'm also just Angela Ziegler, and I am not perfect. And when the world saw me, they were disappointed. I don't mind being Mercy. If the world needs her, then I will be there. But I wish they would also welcome Angela. Wow. Fidget with your fork. You like being in the center of attention, huh? The middle one is definitely the wrong option. Do not say that. I need you, Angela. She chokes on her sip of water. The other patrons look over, oozing disdain at her gauche behavior. You discreetly slide a napkin towards her. You okay? Yes, I'm sorry. Nothing to be sorry about. But she looks down, face still pink. Thank you for saying that. It's nice to hear. I was wondering, I'm volunteering at a clinic in Cairo tomorrow. Would you like to see Angela trying to save the world? Cairo? Egypt. I literally can't miss it unless I stop here. She beams at you and soars away, leaving a lingering scent of perfection. Well, perfect to you. Well, one way or another, that date is complete. Thanks so much. How did our night go? She seems happy with you. Only through carelessness will you lose her heart now. But there is still another date in your future. Do what you can to prepare. I sense this one will be the most important of all. Okay. The third date awaits. Let's go. There's no time to waste. As soon as the airship touched down in Cairo, it was straight to the clinic. It's a modest clinic, bright and clean. Angela hands you a pair of scrubs and she puts on a lab coat. As she tends to patients, you help as much as you can. Hallways mopped, paperwork filed and sorted, supplies stocked. You sit down in the break room exhausted. Angela enters. You straighten up immediately. You must be tired. I'll make you some coffee. She hands you a cup of something that looks like coffee. It smells like coffee, but it's definitely not quality coffee. Her genius does not extend to the baristorial arts, if such a thing exists. Let me make another pot. Yours smells like someone tortured coffee beans to death. I'm gonna drink it enthusiastically and let her believe that she is an amazing coffee maker. It's endearingly revolting, but strong. Do you like it? Just what the doctor ordered. I know, it's terrible, but there's plenty more, so help yourself. Your stomach gurgles in protest, but hey, it'll keep you awake. Everyone's telling me that you're a great help. Keep it up. She leaves. Her compliment energizes you more than any cup of coffee ever could. Let's get back to volunteering. You head back into the clinic lobby, picking out coffee grinds from your teeth. You're quite the brave one. You recognize that quiet, worry voice. You turn around and it's Anna! No one has experienced Angela's coffee and comes out smiling the other end. Anna, the Anna Amari, legendary sniper, original Overwatch Strike Squad member, the bane of most of your matches. What is she doing here? Anna, what are you doing here? Are you hurt? Oh, I'm always aching somewhere, you know that. And who is this? This is Vera, she blushes pink mercy Pink mercy trademarked pink. I'm just helping out Angela for the date. I'm Angela's date. I'm just helping her out for the day, that's all. Just helping out, is that right? Well, okay, she doesn't need any help, to be honest, but I thought I could take care of the little things so she can focus on her patients. Her gaze pierces you. You know those eyes have seen the world's most dangerous criminals and their final moments. I've always told Faria to look for someone who helps her focus on the important things. I'm glad you found someone like that, Angela. It was nice meeting you, Vera. She leaves. Angela clears her throat and avoids eye contact with you. I'll see you when the shift ends. You're alone, wondering what just happened. Well done. You've impressed Anna Amari. Where the heck were you? Some mortals frighten even the gods themselves. The important matter is you impressed a close friend. Anna's opinion of you will heavily influence your fate with Dr. Ziegler. Okay, so Cupid's scared of Anna. And speaking of fate, are you ready to see how your journey ends? No, I'm gonna run away and cry. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think we did pretty good. We will see. Do you have a moment? I want to talk about something with you. Run away. We could follow through on our run away with and cry. No, we're gonna follow Mercy, see what she has to say. Angela leads you to the top floor of the clinic, where there's a rooftop terrace with stunning views of Cairo. Wow! Spectacular, isn't it? I come up here often after a long shift. You both take in the view of the city, the Nile sparkling orange from the setting sun, and the high-rise apartments and freeways gathered around its shores. So what did you want to talk about? I wanted to thank you for these last few days together. You saw me for who I really am, and instead of judgment or expectations, you gave me humor, compassion, and kindness. That someone like you exists in this world, it makes me want to believe in it a little stronger, fight for it a little harder. I want to show you something. Take my hand. Come see this world from above, as I do, in all its beauty. Except we could friend-zoned her, accept Mercy's love. I would go anywhere with you. The Valkyrie's wings spread open. Angela takes your hand and you both soar into the clouds. I've known many heroes, but you are mine. You have embarked on the journey of love and found what you desire at the end. Love takes many forms, but it is always true. May you cherish this love with mercy, forever and always. The official but non-canon Overwatch 2 dating sim, now 100% more official. Are you ready to play this thing? You know what, we haven't done this yet, so first tell me what non-canon means. We're glad you asked. Basically, there are parts of the Overwatch story that are real and other parts that are hypothetical. This dating sim is one of those hypothetical, non-canon stories, like if Wrecking Ball and Tracer talk about how they both love cheeseburgers before a PvP match. Tracer and Wrecking Ball may love cheeseburgers, they've just never met officially and actually had that conversation. Not yet, at least. Also, this dating sim kicks down the fourth wall and stomps all over it with muddy boots. Does that answer your question? Almost. So are you saying I should just enjoy this thing and not rush off to update fan wikis with anything I read in here? We couldn't have said it better ourselves. One last thing, am I also portraying a non-canon version of me? That's really up to you. This is getting a little too meta for us, and we wrote this. Fine, let's all get started pretending and play this dang thing. Okay, name, we are Vera. Your name is Vera. Continue, yes, I am ready. It's Friday night in the big city. You could use a laugh after the week you've had. The Laugh Attic is one of the most tragically unfunny comedy clubs in town, but you love watching people bomb on open mic. Sometimes that people is you. It's particularly dark tonight, so dark it'll make for quite the dramatic reveal when your eyes adjust and you see who is sitting at the table in the corner. Eyes adjusting, more adjusting. Oh my. Is that who you think it is? It's Genji! Ninja, cyborg, and all-around bad boy from Overwatch. No matter how many times you blink, he's still there, and you're completely love-struck because it fits with the theme of Valentine's Day. You didn't know you had a thing for cyborg ninjas. Ninjas, sure. Cyborgs, sure. But a cyborg ninja? That's a first for you. Your heart starts racing. You're overwhelmed with happy neurochemicals, which are in short supply these days. Zap. Heart, do you hear the sound of a heart beating fast and smell the sweat on your palms? I am Cupid, the hero of love in all its varieties. It is my sworn duty to answer the cries of all who desire to love and guide them to fulfillment. You look around wondering if anyone else can see this, or are you hallucinating? Do not worry, you are the only one who can see me. I do not interfere in the mortal realm. Consider me the angel on your shoulder who will point you in the right direction. Okay, that's a definite maybe on the hallucination, not fully crossed off yet. But maybe this hallucination can help you. Now tell me, are you in love? I do think so. It's kind of hard to tell. The path to love is often confusing. But fear not, I am here to guide you through all its intricacies. What? It means I'm going to give you advice. Oh, okay. So do you wish to win the heart of Genji? Yes, I want to win the heart of Genji. Genji? Truly? Oh, okay. Hanzo Cupid isn't super impressed with our decision here. I mean, there were only two options, as you made sure I was aware. Of course, it's just that, well, to call Genji difficult would be an understatement. Is it because of the lore or something? The what? The Overwatch lore? You know Genji was the younger brother of Hanzo, killed and felt guilt over ever since. Only Genji wasn't actually dead. He was alive, but a cyborg, and Hanzo learned this, but he was still kind of upset about the whole thing, I think. Cupid looks troubled. That summary heavily flavors Genji's view of matters, I feel. But no, I am merely saying that reaching Genji's heart will be a difficult task. Sure, whatever you say, Mr. Grumpy Toga. If you wish to pursue Genji, then I am obligated to help you. It is your love life, no matter how foolish. Well then, how do you think I should approach Cupid? You have to introduce yourself, of course. You cannot start down the path of romance without speaking to him. And given that he strikes me as a selfish, immature person, I would recommend keeping your conversations focused on him. He has always struggled with his sense of self, so do your best to appeal to his interests. You hope he'll get over this hostility for Genji soon. Definitely, but that's not important right now. What is important is whether or not Genji will feel any hostility towards you. With Cupid's words in mind, you build up the courage to approach Genji. Excuse me? The ninja turns to face you. The purple glow of the club's neon lights illuminates his metal mask. Are you talking to me? Yeah, I just saw you and I wanted to say... Your heart starts to pound in your ears, and your mouth can't find the words to speak. Well, say something, and remember, your choices will affect how he feels about you. Do you need healing? I am a support main, after all. I know my reputation. It is hurtful. But also, yes, I could use healing. I warned you, he would be difficult to deal with. Anyways, I don't think I've seen you around before. I'm Genji. What's your name? Oh, I'm Vera. Nice to meet you, Genji. Vera, huh? That's pretty cool. Reminds me of Vera from the game Vera's Odyssey. Is that a real game? No way. Is that a real game? Genji tilts his head. His cybernetic hand grips the bottom of his mask pensively. Yeah, it was. Hey, did you want to sit down? The next set is starting soon. Maybe we could watch together. You take a seat next to Genji and watch a few sets. You can't tell if he ever cracks a smile, but he certainly doesn't laugh at any point. Weird energy to bring to a comedy club. But before you can spend too many minutes basking in the awkward silence, Cupid returns, bringing you more helpful advice. Well, what are you waiting for? Show him you can be exciting. Go perform a set. Okay, I will go ahead and tell the best jokes that I have. Love favors the bold, Vera. I salute you. The previous comedian steps down from the stage to some paltry claps, and when no one stands to take their place, you take the initiative to get on stage. Swallowing your nerves, you address the audience. Hello, everyone. I would be honored to share a joke with you fine people. You look out over the audience, and you see Genji looking back at you with what you assume is curiosity. While you could make just any joke, you have to wonder, what would make him laugh? Because we have to tell a joke that will impress him. So we're gonna tell a joke about cyborgs. You tap on the mic and the feedback rings in your ears, you lean in close. Do you know how much it costs to become a cyborg these days? The crowd holds its breath. An arm and a leg. Silence. It feels like you've been teleported into a soundproofed void. Not a soul in the crowd has any reaction to spare. You almost wish they'd boo you, just so you could know that they're still here. But among them, you see Genji, who looks at his arms and legs, both of which have been replaced with cybernetic parts. A quiet chuckle escapes him. Oh, that's true. Ignoring the appalled stares of the rest of the audience, you make your way back to your seat next to Genji. He seems warmer, leaning in towards you. I liked your joke, just so you know. My procedure cost me an arm and 2 legs, but I still found it funny. Thanks, it's one of my favorites. So I'm glad you liked it. Genji's gaze falls. He appears almost hesitant, which is unlike him. It has been really nice hanging out with you. Do you think you would want to go on another date sometime? Absolutely. That sounds wonderful, Genji. Genji sighs, a weight leaves his shoulders. I can't wait. Guess I'll see you again sometime soon. He leaves, and you're left alone in the comedy club. Not for long, though, as Cupid soon reappears. I sense the buds of romance are already beginning to blossom. How do you think things went? He seemed pleased, but there is always room for improvement. I recommend doing your best to ensure he feels comfortable with you. But good or bad, your day is in the past, and we still have a long road ahead of us if you truly wish for Genji's heart to be yours. When Genji reaches out to you again, he suggests grabbing dinner for your second date. He even picks out a restaurant, Cafe Azure in Monaco, the exclusive playground of the ultra rich. Luckily, you live in the hopeful future. You can just hop on a transatlantic train and arrive in Monaco in a few short hours. Neat, huh? You arrive at the restaurant and it looks as classy as the name might imply. A robot brings you to your table, where Genji awaits you. Please tell me he's not wearing the same hoodie he wore to the comedy club. I mean, if I owned the hoodie that cool, I would also wear it every chance I got, so I mean, who can blame him? Even to a 5-star restaurant? Especially to a 5-star restaurant, Cupid. No wonder you need my help. You take your seat across from Genji, and he seems to light up at your presence. Oh, Vera, I didn't expect to see you here. You invited me here. For a date? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, how was the ride over? I had lots of time for gaming. It was great. I had a ton of time to grind XP in VV's Adventure Online. VV's Adventure Online? That game's pretty fun, even though I think the VV's Adventure franchise fell off a bit after VV 3D. Right? Don't get me started on VV Party Dance Night. Talk about selling out. Editor's note, we're begging you not to add these to the Overwatch fan wikis. They're not real. I repeat, they aren't real. Either way, I'm glad you could make it. I've been really looking forward to spending more time with you. You don't have much time to feel bashful before the waitress returns to your table to take your order. You look over your holo menu, which is like a regular menu but a hologram, since it's the future, so everything's a lot cooler. You should think carefully about what you order. Maybe choose something he'd like as well. Come on, even your dinner is gonna affect this guy's opinion of you? These dating sims are such hard work. In that case, what will you order for dinner? Order off the kids menu, his favorite, or the most expensive dish. Well, if we're ordering something he likes, we're obviously gonna get his favorite food. I'll have the Rikimaru ramen. That's my favorite food. How did you know? Easy, it's in the official Overwatch cookbook, which again, I didn't know exists and I have never read before. Wow, in that case, I'll take the Rikimaru ramen, too. The waitress "we don't have that on the menu" program seems to be overridden by its "the customer is always right" subroutine, and so it takes your order back to the kitchen without complaint. That's really cool of you to order my favorite food for dinner. If there were an official Vera cookbook, I would have ordered yours too. You make note of his idea. You're always looking for more merchandising opportunities. That's right, guys. Be on the lookout for the official Vera cookbook. The two of you spend some time chatting, and after a few short minutes, the waitress brings out your meal, 2 bowls of Rikimaru ramen. It's honestly impressive that such a nice restaurant could make a dish look like it comes from a cheap ramen shop. This looks just as good as the real thing from Hanamura. All it's missing is the Murloc bowl, then it would be perfect. Oh no, how could they forget the Murloc bowl? That's half of the fun of the Rikimaru ramen. Huh, let me go check with the waiter. Maybe they have the Murloc bowls in the back. You fetch the waitress, explaining that Rikimaru ramen just isn't the same when it's not in branded bowls. Unfortunately, the restaurant doesn't have any Murloc bowls on hand, but they are able to draw a crude recreation on 2 of the regular bowls. When you return to the table, Genji looks completely deflated. You sit across from him and he barely even acknowledges your presence. Even Cupid seems troubled by his sudden shift in mood. Perhaps you should check on him, Vera. Hey, is everything okay? You seem somewhat sad now. You have a crying face on. You seem bummed out. Genji shrugs. Sorry, another diner recognized me while you were gone. They came over to talk to me. Oh, did they ask for your autograph or something? No, they actually recognized me from the Blackwatch incident. They had less than kind words to share with me. The Blackwatch incident? I'm so sorry, Genji. I can't believe someone would give you trouble about it here. It's alright, I'm not proud of who I was then, but I will admit, it is discouraging. I have tried my best to become a better person, but I fear my past will always haunt me. Some days it feels like there is nothing I can do to move on from who I was. He sighs, propping his head against his hand dejectedly. It's a heart-rending sight. It seems he could use your reassurance. A small gesture might go a long way. Apparently even Cupid has the sense to put aside his bitterness towards Genji when he's in this state. What do you do to cheer Genji up? Well, we're gonna reassure him because, I mean, that is what Cupid told us to do after all. Hey, I know you've been working hard to be a better person, and I know that you've come a long way from who you were before. So don't let anyone else get to you. As long as you know you're getting better, who cares what anyone else thinks? Genji seems touched by your words. Sure, maybe you plagiarized them from the back of a self-help book, but he's not your high school English teacher, so it's enough to get him smiling again. I suppose that's true, although even if I don't care what they think, I still care what you think, Vera, so thank you. Of course, Genji, anytime. Let's eat, huh? Our food is getting cold. The two of you finally enjoy your night as it was supposed to go. You don't know how Genji eats with his mask on, but every time you look away, more food disappears from his plate. You assume it's getting into his mouth one way or another. By the time you're done eating, Genji seems happier than ever. You're glad the evening is going in a more positive direction. Hey, I wanted to ask you about something. Shoot. How would you feel about going somewhere special for our next date? Anywhere that's special to you is special to me. That one doesn't earn you any points with Genji, but it makes him blush. And isn't that worth more than any kind of gameplay progression? I was hoping we could go somewhere that's really special to me. How would you feel about a trip to Nepal? What exactly is in Nepal? It was a very important place in my growth as a person. This may surprise you, but an isolated mountaintop helped me find peace. There's more to it, obviously, but I figured I could explain when we got there. Sure, I can't wait to hear all about your backstory. Okay, I'll see you there. I hope it will be really special. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks again, Vera. Genji departs from the restaurant, and you're left alone. Well, as alone as you can be when you're haunted by the vessel of Valentine's. Another date down, with a third to come? Most impressive, Vera. Thanks. How do you think Genji and I are doing? He seems incredibly happy with you, not to tempt fate, but I suspect it would be difficult for you to lose his affection now. But there is still another date in your future. Do what you can to prepare. I sense this one will be the most important of all. Okay, the third date awaits. Let's go. You ascend the snowy mountains in Nepal, and the cold rudely seeps right through every layer of clothing you wore. Hard to believe that just a few days ago you were telling jokes in a comedy club, and now this is what's expected of you to keep this relationship going. As you're trudging along, Cupid appears again. Thankfully you know his deal by now. Or you'd think you were seeing things thanks to the hypothermia. Vera, I need to stress how important this date will be. Clearly you are important to Genji. He would not have brought you here otherwise, so just be sure to do your very best this time. I thought you didn't like Genji, Cupid, Hanzo. You know, when we first met, you seemed like you really didn't like Genji. Well, while I do believe he is foolish, and is stubborn, and immature, and vain, a lot of bad things, you have reminded me that there is a good side to him as well. And while that good side is buried very, very far beneath his flaws, it is there nonetheless. So, I must thank you, truly. Aw, Cupid, you're sounding all sappy. Don't tell me this is a teaser for the secret Cupid path of this dating sim. Don't be ridiculous. If there were a secret Cupid path, do you think I would truly advertise it so freely? Well, yeah, obviously. Besides, a path of that nature would be difficult to unlock. You would need to say, successfully win the heart of both heroes to show me your commitment to love. Hypothetically, of course. Yeah, of course, hypothetically. I'm not doubting you at all there. But enough about the hypotheticals. You have a date to get to. Hurry up now. With Cupid's vote of confidence, you continue your journey up the mountain. Eventually, you arrive in a quaint little village. Genji is there to greet you. Honestly, you don't understand why you can't travel together. Vera, you made it. What did you think of the hike? It was a breeze. Oh, it was a breeze. I climb mountains all the time. No big deal. Oh, you climb a lot? I appreciate that. Ninjas are really big into climbing, apparently, so it's good to know you can keep up. Anyway, I'm glad you're finally here. This place is very special to me, and I hope I can show you why. Come for a walk with me? Gladly, you take Genji's arm. He leads you all around the village, and you can't help but bask in every sight. It's truly beautiful. Certainly not the kind of place you'd want to host a 5v5 King of the Hill style combat. But what's more beautiful than the village itself is the way Genji glows while taking you through it, recounting memories of the time he spent here. He tells you everything, from the story of how he first arrived here to tales of his most trying meditations. After strolling a while, Genji takes you to the old accommodations that housed him through his time in Nepal. Though he has been absent for some time, the room is still clearly his. There's an old mattress, a Haori, and a framed photo of Genji with his brother, taken years ago. Genji goes to say something, but someone else speaks first. Genji, you've arrived. Is that... It's Zenyatta. I hope you had a safe journey, my student. It's Zenyatta. How sad is it that the only place you can get Zenyatta content these days is the explicitly non-canon dating sim and that one short story? Well, maybe something will happen with that Ramatro guy soon. Who knows? Master, it is good to see you again. Indeed, I heard that you were bringing a visitor, and I hoped I could meet them. Of course, Vera, this is my master, Zenyatta. You were ready for a trek through the snow-covered mountains, but this is basically like meeting Genji's parent. Is that weird for a third date? Doesn't matter, it's happening. Now it's up to you to deal with it. We're gonna give him a fist bump. Zenyatta will love that. You reach your closed fist out to the metal monk, and to your utmost surprise, he hits you with the sickest fist bump you've ever experienced. Absolutely radical. A pleasure, Vera. I am glad to see you survived your journeys here. You're going to ignore the threatening aura of that sentence and let him keep talking. It is rare for Genji to have company here. I sense he must be quite fond of you. Oh, I certainly hope so. Master, you're embarrassing me. I am sure your companionship will mean a great deal to him. He has always struggled to accept himself. Perhaps the acceptance of another will help him along his path. You never realized how much your company might mean to Genji. To think, just a few nights ago, you were planning to enjoy the comedy stylings of literally anyone in New York City by yourself. Now it's entirely possible you're changing the life of an Overwatch agent. I believe... Master? I sense I have surpassed my annual screen time allotment. I'm afraid I'll need to depart. But please, take my greatest blessings, and enjoy the remainder of your time here. The two of you say goodbye to Master Zenyatta, and when you're left alone, Genji's previous exuberance has gone, replaced with contemplation. Something on your mind, Genji? Just thinking about what my master said. He was being truthful, you know. Spending time with you has done a lot to help my own sense of self. But I have to wonder, Vera, do you really think it's possible to know your true self? Wow, to be honest, that's a far deeper question than you would have ever expected from the silly little dating sim you signed up for. But you've come this far, right? What's the harm in one more question? And that is one more. I believe this will be your last chance to win Genji's heart, Vera. Use it wisely. Well, what do you think? Can one know their true self? Yeah, they can. I do. I think everything a person goes through takes them closer and closer to finding out who they really are. I'm happy to hear that. You know, when I first ended up like this, when my brother, he trails off, Cupid watches him intently, his brow knit with pain. Further proof that Cupid is he's Hanzo, and he was lying when he said he wasn't. I became a bitter and horrible person. I was so upset thinking I was wasting so much time as a person I hated. I feared I would never get better. But maybe you're right. Maybe without that, I would have never found who I truly am. Thank you, Vera, for helping me realize this. Vera, I have really enjoyed spending so much time with you lately. It has been a long time since I allowed myself to get close to anyone. But I must admit... Admit what, Genji? I feel some guilt that you have not seen the real me. You're a bit confused. You're pretty sure you've just enjoyed these 3 dates with the real him. But before you can ask, he clarifies. We've been spending so much time together, and you've only seen me with my mask on. And although my mask is extremely epic, it's not the true me. It is really cool though. I know, right? But still, we're having an emotional talk here. Genji takes your hands into his. His green visor stares back at you, and you wonder what his eyes might look like beneath it. Vera, can I show you who I really am? Accept his friendship or accept his love? We're going to accept his love. Of course, I love you, Genji. Genji puts his hand over his heart, shocked, but not at all disappointed in your confession. After returning to reality, he chuckles under his breath. It's funny, it seems I could deflect anything, but love. And beams, but mostly love. With great care, Genji reaches for his mask. Though he hesitates, he eventually builds the strength to remove it, showing you his true face beneath. Genji, you're beautiful! If you believe so, then it must be true. It took me so long to come to terms with who I am now. Knowing you accept me makes me confident it was worth all that time. I know my true self loves you too, Vera. You have embarked on the journey of love and found what you desire at the end. Love takes many forms, but it is always true. May you cherish this love with Genji forever and always. Hold on, wait a moment, Vera. Where am I? You are in the realm of love. This looks a lot like that 1-2 CP map. That what map? You know what? You know. That old game mode from the before times, which I've never played because I just recently started playing Overwatch. Can you pause your brilliant wit for just a second, please? Wait, one more comment. Sigh, get it out of your system. Is this a secret ending? This dating sim was way too easy. When will you add other heroes as options? Okay. When will you add other heroes? If you'd let me finish, there's about to be a third option. Oh? Your devotion to winning the trust and respect of these heroes is admirable. Not only have you brought love to their hearts, but to mine as well. Have this, as a token of my respect. Cupid hands you an arrow from his quiver. You take his gift. I don't know what to say except you're the third option. I couldn't ask for you were my soulmate all along. I thought it was impossible for Cupid to find his true love, but you make the impossible possible. Ah, hey, shouldn't you be shooting me with this arrow? There's no need. You have already pierced my heart without it. Oh, okay. That was it. That was the secret ending. And here we have finally finished Loverwatch. It's not canon at all, guys. So don't think that it is. Okay, guys. Well, that was the Loverwatch game, and thank you for watching. But if you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on the video, and maybe subscribe too. And as a thank you, here's a picture of my cat.